We get a lot of questions from visitors on what this is. The best guess so far is this a Zen garden? Yes, it is a Zen garden for 2 years now, but in reality, it's the roof of the camper. And today's the day that we're gonna unearth this dinosaur and move it over there to clean it. And we have all those rocks on here so that the wind didn't pick it up. This one I want to go burn it.
Clean up and kittens.
That wasn't supposed to happen. So I found that grinding it heats it up, kind of melts it, it does work. And heating it up and scraping it just melts it, remelts it again. Now that it's cold out, this seems to be working using this scraper almost like an ice scraper. And just, I mean, I'm probably denting the roof, but oh well. There we go, see? So here's a little bit of something materials. So I went to the industrial salvage yard and got some material. This is like, I don't know, 3/16 roughly thick aluminum. And I got some steel for some other projects. It's like 1/8 inch roughly. And then we have 40 thousandths thick sheets of aluminum. I cut them down to 4x8 foot sheets so that they'd fit. I got 2 of them, and these are going to be for the belly pan eventually, but figured I'd just show you guys what it's like. Got all that material, 45 pounds of aluminum and 45 pounds of steel, 150 bucks. This is what we're doing. Camper work. This is the poop vent. So I just removed the poop vent. There was 2 of them. And they're in pretty rough shape. So I'm going through the entire roof. This is the sides here, and they were kind of capped over. So I just completed flattening all of the 2 sides so that because when we put, just so that it'll work better when we put it on the new roof. The situation here is now, you can see this cream color was where I chipped all of this tar off of here, I'm calling it. It was what the previous owner used as a sealer for these seams where the roof seams are. So right now, obviously I didn't get to this seam or this seam yet. I'm working on getting that completed. I don't know if it's in any of the shots previously, but this corner got ran over by a truck when it was laying in the yard for 2 years. So, oops, whatever. And I just completed using this block of wood, slid underneath here as my backing, and then I just rocked that out. Pretty much getting it all prepped. All right, we're moving her. Gotta go fast. Right now I'm peening over the excess aluminum on the top, just like you do on the sides. And I'm shooting staples, some extra staples here and there, just to keep the top edge of the siding attached to the, I'm working my way forward, attached to, so like this is not enough staples there. So I'm going through and doing the staples, additional staples, and then peening it over. in preparation for the roof. Here is the top portion where the vents are, the openings. And I did my best to, it's not perfect, but I did my best to slope everything so that the aluminum doesn't have sharp corners when it's on top of all this. So I belt sanded this corner so it was, you know, when the transition for the aluminum's on here, it's less sharp. So that's it. I'm just getting ready to put the roof on. Here we are once again. We got new equipment. I got you on a new lens. It's not a fancy lens, but it stops the click, 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 click that you guys are all dealing with for years in the past. So that's awesome. We got the nice DSLR back up and rolling. And this is what we're working on. It is the roof. And it's been being worked on for a long time now. The problem is we have a time crunch. We have a situation, we have a storm coming, and it's coming tonight, and it's starting in the middle of the night. So it's 5 p.m. I have 1.5 more hours of daylight, if that, and I need to get this roof completely prepped and slid up onto that camper and get inside and shut the door. So this is not gonna work with 8 inches of snow doing all the work I need to do. So I gotta keep going and gotta keep doing it. Right now, we're doing Scuff City, and we got some other stuff with chemicals, but I don't have the time to tell you. I just gotta do it, so I'm gonna do it. Here I'm sanding with an orbital sander the entire surface with 320 grit sandpaper, and then the next scene you'll see us shining light onto the underneath to see where the pinholes are to seal them. We acquired some of this Eternabond web seal tape, which is for roof seams prior to a roof coating. Thanks, Mitch, for that. So we got a lot of this stuff, and we ripped this right in half, and we're running them all the seams here because it's gonna snow. I told you it's gonna snow, so we got to do it now, and it's dark out. We got these ribbons, and you go like this, and then you take a razor blade. So just like the roof seal version of this tape, it has the same type of seal. It's just the only difference is what's on top, which this is I think it's polyester. So you open this up, and then here's our seam. You kind of get the ribbon in line here, and then you just start it just like that, and then kind of just keep this on the seam so that it lines up good. And you rip this out, and you go like this. And it's supposed to be kind of warm when you do this, like I think above 50 or 40 degrees. And I think, what is the temp you think? Probably about that?
Probably about 50.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out right now. I don't even have a hat on, warm hat. Okay, so I did not show it, but we had the roof flipped over, and then I used the Eternabond roof seal and patched all the little pinholes underneath prior to flipping it back over, and then as you can see, dragging the roof onto the actual camper itself. So that's what we got, and it is home free, inside, ready to go. Ready? Go get it. Good weekend here. We're gonna get some stuff done. Last night, got it all done before the snow. Here, I'll show you the snow. Let's see if we can get some snow action here. There you go. So we got some good snow out there, and guess what? We got what we needed to get done. And that was getting that roof on top of the camper. And we have the roof on the camper. Nice. It's just laying up there, obviously, but it's for the most part all prepped. There's a few things I have to do. I gotta wipe down the underside here the best I can with naphtha. This edge will get scooted over and then capped, kind of folded over, and then in between that will be butyl tape. So I need to clean those two surfaces prior to the butyl tape for good adhesion. And obviously there's other things I have to get done. I gotta do some patching up here because the opening size is different than what I built it to. like on purpose, but it's just something I gotta patch with aluminum. And there's some other things that have to get done, and obviously I need to staple it down. It's just all part of it, and couldn't have done any of this outside today, so this is a good deal. So we're out in the heated garage here, and it's just so fortunate. It's just so fortunate to have this nice spot to do work. I didn't show this, but underneath here, as you can tell, there's a bunch of pinholes and everything. So we picked it up and we laid it and opened the garage door and laid it in front of the garage door, almost like took the place of the garage door, and then took a shop light and shined it on the back side of it, and then marked the back side of the underside of the roof with a Sharpie where the light shined through, where there was little pinholes. Put a Eternabond roof seal. The same thing I did with the siding. Same trick there. So it's a little bit double protection. So I got you on the back here of the roof. That's the back of the camper. And there were 2 vents. So here was one vent. You can see that pipe coming out. That's for the black tank. And then this vent was for the sink vent for the drain. And we omitted the sink. So anyway, we got to make a patch to cover this up. So I'm working on that now. Making an aluminum patch. I'm going to rivet it in, just like I'm also going to cover these holes too. The same way I did the patches on the siding. You can refer to that video to see how the patches are made. We're going to get this on here. I'm doing it now so that I can work with this and rivet it and put the Eternabond roof seal tape on the underside once the patch is done. We got the patch here. It's ready to go. And this just goes right over there, and we'll get our rivets in there and get her done. Here's the final product with the patch on, riveted. We have the roof on in place. We stapled the front. We pinned it at the location in this situation. The roof is designed to get peened over and overhang the edge, and then we're putting the butyl tape, which we're using 3/16 wide butyl tape for, or 3 or 5/16. It's 5/16. I don't know. We're using the thinner width butyl tape for this because it only is overhanging a little bit, and then it kind of isn't perfect. So that's what we're doing right now, and we're just putting this butyl tape on until it gets to the point where we're going to need a little bit wider of a butyl tape. Here we are on the driver's side rear of with the roof. We did get a problem. It started walking like towards the passenger side, so the roof overhang started not being an overhang and just started to be flush, and then it started to be very not even flush. So this is designed this way, but regardless, it's not the best, but there is going to be trim, a corner trim that goes over this. Here's a little patch. I didn't show you that. That's a little patch I did because the opening was a little too big for the flange that's going to go over here. So I made a patch there. And then the rear, we're going to have to figure this out. Probably going to peen this over. So there we go. We got the roof on there. And I am on the final. I worked my way from the front to the back. Don't like the way they did it, but that's the way I'm doing it. And I'm on the final section right here. And that's it. And you know, it's not perfect. That's all I gotta say. There's a big oil can section in the center, but you know what? Sometimes you just deal with stuff, and whatever. It's gonna be fine. The process is, we got the butyl tape here. And you take your dead blow and you work that in. Then done. Here is the fix for the rear of the roof. So the roof, you can see this line right here. That's where it used to, that's where the flange used to be. I flattened that out. I changed the flange of where the actual wood is. So this S flange, female portion of it, I need that because this piece goes in next and it slips in there, but you can see where the clearance lamps were, So my plan is to just cut this piece down because my roof was longer, so now it hangs down lower. And I'll cut this at whatever length it needs to be, or for the height here, and then just push that up in there just like it used to be. And so now the clearance lamps go through the roof instead of this, but it'll work. So that's what we got going on. I got all the pro mats back in there, and that's gonna be it for this video. We have the roof on. It's stapled down with 567 staples, and I have everything done. I got those patches, you know. Now it's finished the rear wall, which I needed the roof on to finish this portion of the siding, and the front wall needed the roof on. So that's why order of operations was that. So we'll see you next time on the next video, which will be finishing up the siding. See you next time.